Ladies and gentlemen, Singaporeans should be careful right now because the Chinese kidnappers and syndicate are targeting you right now. And I think it's very important, a warning that every one of us should get to know. So to start the news, I just want to warn everybody that the Chinese scammer syndicates have moved into Malaysia targeting Singaporeans. And we Singaporeans must wake up. And I think this is the key message I want to drive into everybody before I give you all the details. So we all know that the Chinese criminal syndicates that were running scam compounds, scam syndicates, they used to be operating mainly in Myanmar and in Cambodia. And right now, they have now moved into Malaysia and they are targeting Singaporeans right now. And so this is no longer someone else's problem because they used to target only the Chinese. But now they are targeting us. So the news just broke that a Singaporean, 72 years old, flew to Penang. He was lured by a fake consultancy job and he was abducted. Upon arrival, he was chained, blindfolded, and tortured. So it used to happen only to Chinese and it's someone else's problem. Right now, it's happening to Singaporeans. So in this case, the scammer asked for $1 million ransom. So this is not something that is too far away in Cambodia or in Myanmar. This is right at our doorstep across the causeway and is now involving Singaporeans. So there was another victim being rescued as well. It's a 33-year-old Chinese woman, and she was lured through WeChat, promised a meeting. Instead, she was being kidnapped and she was threatened to be sold into a Myanmar scam compound. So it's very important to note that all these are happening in Malaysia. So Malaysia now is a center of all this crime. Now, this is how they will trap you. So this syndicate, they don't just organize themselves randomly and just hit anybody. They actually recruit. And how do they recruit? They use online tools. They use dating apps. They use messaging apps. And they hire fake recruiters and give job offers, investors, business partners, and everything happen online. And they will slowly nurture the relationship with you. Sometimes they will take days, weeks, and even months to slowly build the relationship before they go for the kill. Let me just say this, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Now, every scam always starts with something quite unbelievable, to be frank. There's a high-paying job. There's an easy investment and usually given by a trusted friend, and there's easy money. And I like to say this to many people, if it feels too good to be true, it certainly is not true. So now, no matter how we tell everybody this, someone will still fall for a scam. And unfortunately, now it involves human lives that is potentially at risk in Singapore. Now, let me just say that the Chinese scam syndicates are very capable. They will hire former victims, meaning that they actually kidnap someone and get this someone who is now a victim and force the victim to look for his friend or her friend or relatives to con them. And so they will use victims, coerce them, electrocute them, beat them, and threaten them to take out their kidneys, their body, kill them, whatever. And they'll force them to go and scam all their close friends and relatives. So you may be approached by your friend asking for money, or approach a friend and say, hey, there is a great opportunity in Malaysia. You should come over and see me. And so this time around, so they'll potentially use people that you actually trust. And that's the most dangerous thing. So never lower your guard simply because that opportunity or the referral come from someone you know and someone you trust. And once they capture you, they don't just demand for ransom. They take everything from you. They take a phone, they clear your money from your bank and all your passwords, your crypto wallet, your identity, everything will be taken from you. And Chinese victims are known to have lost money, lost their kidneys, and losing lives is very common, especially in Myanmar, Cambodia, and Laos. Now, why have they moved into Malaysia? Well, I think there are two reasons. One is a push factor, one's a pull factor. I think the push factor is a lot stronger now. So they used to be operating in Myanmar, Cambodia, and Laos, and they have got at least hundreds of thousands of victims being confined. And no matter how I tell people this, they just can't believe the scale is in that level. So they managed to confine everybody into scam districts. They have to be districts because they are very big right now, and force them to run scams. And right now, because of the scale of these scams, the authorities in this country are forced to attack and crack down on these scams. So they move from different places, eventually realize, wow, difficult to operate in this area. So this new location they potentially are moving into right now, this is the infancy, is Malaysia. So Malaysia has very good international airport. They have excellent internet infrastructure, and they have got easy international connectivity close to Singapore. And you can easily come in as a tourist, as a cover. And as a result, this is a wonderful location. It's a country that's very big, to difficult to be noticed if you come in as a tourist. Most of these syndicates are Chinese. They just look like any other tourist. In fact, they sometimes look like us as well. So why are Singaporeans now attractive targets? Well, the frank truth is Singaporeans are rich, ma. It's the truth, right? Got money. So look at the amount of scams that has been lost. Money has been lost to scams in Singapore. It's in the billions, And we own a powerful passport called a Singapore passport. And once you get your hands on this passport, you can open doors. And we are regular Malaysian travelers, easy to lure. And I don't know how to say this without sounding offensive to our fellow Singaporeans, but we are generally viewed as gullible, juicy targets because we are a very trusting society. We have a very good government, and we have very good police force, and we have very good corporate culture, and we always believe that crime is low in Singapore, which is true, but it doesn't mean crime is low overseas. But unfortunately, culturally, you're brought up not to be on our guard easily. So therefore, Singaporeans are viewed as juicy, gullible targets. Now, frankly speaking, I feel that these Chinese scammer syndicates make one mistake by choosing Malaysia. Now, this is what I know of Malaysia. I've stayed there for quite a long time already. I think they underestimate the Royal Malaysian Police. They are not the same as any other police. So the Malaysian police, I don't know how to say this in a crude language, don't F around with them. They are very good in getting things done, especially with serious crime like this. And in this operation, they went and for the arrest, and immediately they met people with firearms who shoot at them. Of course, they fire back. 2 kidnappers were killed. I think they're all Chinese. And the victims were all rescued. And the suspects were all neutralized. So I think this is a clear message to send to the organized criminals that don't touch Malaysia. And I also want to say this, the Malaysian police are very good in getting things done, especially cooperating with Singapore police. Our Singapore police is, of course, world-class. The Malaysian police are as good, maybe if not even better, because they are a police force tested by fire. Not that Singapore police is no good, but we don't have as much crime as they at their side do. But they have operated in crime situation and they do very well. Don't forget, Mas Selamat many years ago, the terrorist that has escaped from our captivity was arrested in Malaysia, not in Singapore. And Lim Tian, the lawyer who escaped to I think it's Johor in Malaysia, was also arrested in Malaysia. When they want to get their act done, wow, there is no escape. Okay, so I actually think that this Chinese syndicate have picked the wrong country, thinking that the Malaysian police are like the Cambodian or the Myanmar police force. This is not the same environment. However, that said, I think there are lessons to be learned, especially by Singaporeans. This message also goes out for the Malaysians, but in particular Singaporeans, because we live in a more trusting society. Number one is please reject the unbelievable. Okay, there is no such thing as a deal that is so good they hand over to you. Always verify. Never trust anybody online. Never trust anybody online. And I would just say, trust no one. Right? Trust no one, verify everything. Your safety is paramount. There's no such thing as such a good deal that come to you. Now, I would just say never travel for a stranger or someone you met online. But I would like to extend that to say that don't even travel for a friend who tell you there's a good deal, right? Because you don't know whether your friend will be acted under coercion to force you to go. So before any trip, always ask yourself, why am I being given such a good opportunity, right? So don't trust anyone. Don't freaking trust anyone, okay? Yeah, this is something very, very important that we need to verify, verify, verify. So therefore, the key message to all Singaporeans is this: trust no one, verify everything. Your safety is worth more than missing out any opportunity. And many of us are not ruggedized by environment like China, where or even Malaysia, Cambodia, Myanmar. So we are living in a la la land, well protected by the Singapore police, which is excellent. But now there are cross-border syndicates going after us. Be very careful. Really be very skeptical about good deals. They don't fall from heaven. There is no such thing as this. So they're all potentially scam. So please protect yourself, protect your children, protect your family. Okay? So pass this message down. Do not let your guard down in any way, because now they are coming after Singaporeans. So we better raise our alert up. So let me hear your comments, and I'll see you tonight in a live stream.